I tell you what, if Anthony Spirou goes to Grimsby, not renewing John's contract. I'm sorry, John. I'm just not going to renew it. It's a matter of principle. This is awkward, isn't it? Who wants to let John know for me? Not got a job after this year. What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 2 of Park to Prem, here with Boston United, and today we got a live com doubleheader. Yes, we've not been in the job long, but today we've got 2 massive games within the space of just a few days. We've got Alfreton to play and Farsley Celtic to play. I feel like these are 2 games that if we win, we can run away into the distance and be safe. If we don't win them, maybe start to panic slightly. We are still, of course, looking for our first win at the club. We drew in yesterday's episode, and between episodes, we also took on Gloucester, which, as you can see here, finished 1-1. We did leave it late in this game, put it that way. They were the better team early on. They scored a nicely worked goal, and as the game progressed, I decided that this whole idea of playing it slow and methodical wasn't working. We cranked the sliders to the right, and in the 90th minute, the keepers lumped it forward. It's gone all the way through, and we've scored. Not the prettiest of goals, but we will take it, and it was nice to see Burrow get on the score sheet. He is the current top goal scorer in the team, and as you can see here, he is one of a few players who I have already signed onto a new contract for next year. I didn't really want to leave things too late on the whole contract front. Slowly but surely, we're amassing a squad for next season, so yeah, little bit of good news there, I suppose. We have 4 players for next season. However, as you saw in the intro, the one player who I really wanted to sign, Spirou, decided that Grimsby Town was more appealing than Boston. So he missed out on this guy as a free transfer. I would have been breaking the bank to get him in anyway because we're already over the wage budget, but it felt like maybe a gamble worth taking. Ultimately, when I looked through the other options available, there wasn't a striker of the same kind of quality that I felt comfortable taking a gamble on. So rather than sign a player completely unnecessarily and breaking the budget, you know what? We're going to stick with the players that we've got. Of course, we have made one new addition to the team, and that was the centre mid Salt, who's trained well in training, may make his debut in today's doubleheader. But no, when I look at the team as a whole, I feel like now we have the quality already. We just need to turn morale around and start grinding together a few results. So to start things off today, we've got a game against Alfreton away from home. It's our first away game at the club. You'll notice that for this game, Lewis Gibbons is coming into the team. I really like the look of this guy as a centre-back. He's one of our best young prospects at the club. He's a left-footed centre-back as well, which is always a nice little bonus. With that in mind, probably should put him at left centre-back on his left foot. And I think he's worth a shot. Of course, we've got a few loanees at the centre-back position, like Brockbank. But when I compared Brockbank to Gibbons, I mean, I'll let you decide which player you would rather have, but this is why you can't trust star ratings, folks. They're lies. Your assistants will just lie to you. In my opinion, Gibbons is the better player, at least as a centre-back. He might not be the most well-rounded player, but at 20 years old, I see him being a bit of a future star in this team. And with that in mind, going to give him the nod today. Another player who's going to be making his debut under us is Ross Fitzsimmons, the goalkeeper who was suspended, you might remember. As a few of you guys have pointed out, he's actually been sent off 3 times this season, which is absolutely mental for a goalkeeper. I don't know how that's happened. Ross, please don't get sent off for us, because I don't play a goalkeeper on the bench, mate, and it will be a problem. But yeah, 2 red cards, 1 yellow card in the National League. I don't know if that's just a case of him hacking down players when they're clean throw on goal or what. Maybe he just likes punching people. Ross, what's up with you? I mean, your punching tendency is 6, so I don't think he's got a bad bone in his body. But his form hasn't been great. We'll see if it turns around under us. If he gets sent off, I will probably cry, just as a little bit of a warning. And off the back of the last 2 games, where I've tried to play things a bit slower and a bit more methodical, and it hasn't really worked, I have made just one little change to our tactics in terms of the instructions. We're going to up the tempo here. We're going to push the speed of our game up. I still want us to play safer passing. I still want us to play the ball short when we can. But ultimately, I want us to just up the tempo by which we play to hopefully catch teams out. So anyway, team system-wise, that is the only change we're going to do. We're not going to panic into too bigger changes too quickly. And a few players making their debut under me today. Hopefully, we're going to get a first win in today's episode. Of course, we got this game and then the follow-up game against Farsley, a team who did offer me a job interview, which I declined. I feel like I need to get a win soon, otherwise the fans might start getting on the back of me. But maybe this is the game to do it. Away from home against a team who are just one place above the drop. What can you do today, boys? I'm going to tell them I've got faith in them all. I mean, the fact that the team talk that always works isn't working and nothing has happened is a concern. In other news, I have solved the mystery of the Boston United Stadium from yesterday. You may remember just 2 parts of our ground were just a car park. Apparently that's kind of what it's going to be like in real life, at least initially. Boston have moved into a new ground, and over the next couple of years they're building the 2 missing stands. So, yeah, I mean, I would rename the series at this point. I think it was Niran FNG who said in the comments of yesterday's video, just call it Car Park to Prem. I might start embracing it. If we don't have a gazebo, but we do have a car park, oh my word, Burrow, please. Burrow, please. It's in the back of their net. We've taken the lead. We did it last episode. Let's not get carried away here. That's not a pretty goal by any means. But if car park to Prem is where we're going, we're going to need to score goals like this and take opportunities like this. Burrow again, Lees. I mean, question marks have to be asked of the defending there, but Burrows tucks it away. Let's go, Jordan. At least we've got one player who can score goals in our ranks. I have got to respect Alfredton here for just pushing the boat out with a tactical system. They're playing a 5-3-2, I guess it probably is. Also, it is tipping it down. Can games get abandoned midway through in Football Manager? It's never happened to me, but it doesn't look pleasant out there for the boys. Anyway, Hawkridge with the ball, cutting inside. What can he do? Should go left. Does go left. Duxbury, of course, plays wing back on attack, so we'll get forward like that. Now Hobson McVeigh, wide to Tootle, who I've been reliably informed is a good player. And in fact, his brother tweeted at me, I think, at 2 a.m. after the first episode went up. So I have to be nice to him. When it's a bit weird, when someone tells me in the comments, yeah, I know this player, I feel like I have to be nicer to them. Otherwise, my misdemeanours and how I treat them badly will get fed back to them. And they'll forever hold a grudge. Anyway, this game has a minute left to the half. It's been going by quickly. There's not been a whole lot of talent on display by any of the teams. But we're holding on to a lead. Could we double it? Duxbury. He signed a new contract to the club. He's a very good left wing back on attack. Look for him to get forward. Whips it in. Burrow. Preston. It's offside. It's offside. I thought finally we've cracked the code. Fraser Preston, you know, the star right winger, the player we were told is in the media dream 11 but has done nothing this year. We've got him working. No, we haven't got him working. He still doesn't know the offside rule. Yeah, he was offside there. Alfredton 0, Boston 1. And when you look at the XG story, we're playing quite well. I mean, we've only had one shot on target and it's gone in. I'm going to tell the players you've played well, but there's room for improvement. Blimey. Okay, I'll tell you what. The confidence really has gone in this team, hasn't it? There is no one reacting well. There is... Oh, my word. What is happening? I guess my motivating isn't very good as a manager attribute either, so that's probably not helping, but that combined with a team with no morale, just team talks don't work. They just kind of grunt at me. Anyway, Fitzsimmons makes an unnecessarily over-the-top save there, but we'll allow it. We're a goal up. Please, let's get a couple of wins here and relax. Burrow. Go on, Burrow. It's not sexy. It was almost like the goal we scored in our previous game against Gloucester, just lumped forward to him by the keeper. Unfortunately, on that occasion, Burrow kind of fluffing his lines. I can't get too shouty at him because he's already scored one for us this game. But that was pretty poor by him, wasn't it? Anyway, I'm going to shout at the players demand more. There's a few smiley faces out there. And, well, Long is going to kick it long to Ballinger. Don't just let me have a win here, Alfredton. Let me have a win. I need to start soon, otherwise the fans really are going to start to hate me. Tootle trying to switch over to the left-hand side. Big ball forward. Now we've missed a header. Amoteng has an effort. Fitzsimmons, what a save by the keeper, and Duxbury keeps it in. I'm already a fan of Duxbury. Maybe it's the name is fantastic, but he just looks like he knows what he's doing in 3D at left back. He looks competent. And while there's 10 minutes left here, I should probably make some subs. Rowling's coming for Preston. Tom Platt, who played very well last game, has been a bit underwhelming here. Let's bring in Salt, the loanee from Lincoln. Brought him in to be a bit of an impact option at centre mid, although Amoteng, with a chance here for them, don't let him have the shot. Gibbons has looked very good. I say he's looked very good, the youngster, on his debut under us. It's kind of a case of he's not made a mistake yet. That's kind of where the standards are at. Anyway, Hawkridge switches the ball to Preston. There's going to be an overlap on the right. Hobson McVeigh to Green. the machine. He plays it forward to Preston. What can you do, Fraser? Tootle, McVeigh, Platt. Have a go, Platt. Oh my, I'm subbing him off. Do I cancel that? I'm sorry, Tom. I never. So come on for Hobson McVeigh. What a goal! 2-0 up, and that should be that. A really, really nicely worked goal, actually, around the edge of the box. That shorter passing, but passing it quickly, moving the ball, and then Platt, bam, wham. The keeper wasn't going to stop that, was he? 2-0. We're going to win a game, everyone. It's a blooming miracle. We've had an XG over 1. They've had the same amount of shots as us, but they've all been, well, low percentage chances. And we've kind of dominated this game, dare I say. Oh my word, don't do it to me now, Football Manager. Okay, Amoteng was offside. I thought for a second, if they score 1 now with 3 minutes left, I am going to start to panic. But there it is. A win. It's happened. And to be fair, that was a really convincing result. We got the ball forward and we created more chances in that game than any of our previous games. I felt like in some of the other matches, we just didn't create enough. And I think maybe that was down to the slower, lower tempo. So just pushing it forward, looking to play a little bit quicker has helped us out. And you can see with that result, we pull further away from the drop, knowing that a win against Farsley Celtic could take us as far as 10 points clear of Bradford Park Avenue, which is kind of where I would like to be at this point. Anyway, I'm going to join you on match day. We're going to need to rotate the team a little bit. Also, you can see here, fantastic news, everyone. The board have agreed to find a senior affiliate. We're on the up. Get me some good loanees. That's what I need right now. I doubt we're going to have a new club before the next game, but let's go forward to it. Farsley Celtic, you better be scared. We've got some momentum. Let's make it 2 wins in 2, shall we? Before we get into the game against Farsley, I've got to give a big shout out to the chairman. Not only is he looking for a senior affiliate for us, he's also given me permission to start studying my National C coaching licence. So hopefully, soon these 2s will be 3s and these 1s will be 2s. And we'll be on our way to a little bit of an improvement. That's the dream. I mean, the coaching setup at the club isn't particularly great anyway, if we do have a look at it. We currently have 3 coaches and I'm meant to have 2. That's going to be something to resolve, I think, in the summer. I mean, looking at the staff as a whole, I've not really touched it because we've joined halfway through the season. I didn't want to be without anyone at any point, missing staff members in key areas. But you can see they all have contracts expiring at the end of the year. So there may be a chance for a little bit of a rebuild and a little bit of a shuffle, I suppose, when it comes to staff members going into next season. John McDermott, of course, the current assistant manager, who I said yesterday I wasn't going to renew the contract of if we didn't get Spyro. And we didn't get Spyro, and he did go to Grimsby. So with that in mind, John, I love you. You're a nice guy. You've got a lovely smile, but I think we're going to have a phone call later. I think that's going to be necessary. But yeah, on the whole, the staff setup is flaky, shall we say. I mean, no one's got a long-term deal besides me. It's a bit of a weird club that we've inherited in terms of that. And of course, whilst we've tried to address it on the pitch with the players, I feel like with the staff, it's a little easier to get in completely new staff members to hopefully solve some problems. And while talking of solving some problems, I have done some changes for today's game. We're going to give Ben Salt his debut in the team. We're going to be playing him at advanced playmaker on support in the centre mid position. I've decided that Platt, after his goal heroics just last game, deserves the nod again in this game. And out on the left-hand side, I've decided to drop Hawkridge from the first team. He's not wowed me in his first couple of games. We're going to give Rollins the nod today to see what he can do. He's not an incredible player by any means, but he's a good quick player, and he's got a good work rate. He's a trier, everyone, with good determination. Maybe he can give us a bit of a spark, cutting in from the left-hand side. Preston, I nearly dropped him, really thought hard about it. I'm giving him another chance. Fraser, today's your day, mate. Today is your day. You're 21. You should be top drawer for this level. Get me the results. Get me the result. I must admit, I thought that for today's game I was going to have to rotate the team a lot more, just because it had only been a few days. But fair play to everyone in the team. Their fitness levels have got back up very, very quickly. Particularly Paul Green. He's 37 years old. He's 38 in 2 months. To be fair, he's got 14 natural fitness and he is our club captain. He's a top quality defensive midfielder. His mentals are absolutely superb, and actually, his physicals for his age really aren't that bad. And because of his natural fitness, he's good to go today as well. He was perhaps the player I thought was in most I guess, likely to need to be dropped. But he doesn't need to be dropped, which is absolutely fantastic. Of course, we've got a win last game, so I'm hoping now we're going to take a little bit of confidence into this game. And of course, we're going to be playing at the car park. And, well, I'm going to tell the players to pick up from where we left things off last time. Trying to get everyone fired up. It's not a bad little reception. Burrow just doesn't care about what I've got to say. But if he can just keep scoring, that's fine. So yeah, this isn't a bug. This car park, it is kind of a car park, isn't it? That is just how the stadium is at Boston right now. There are only 2 stands. In fact, as I record this, I believe that Boston's next home game at the start of December is going to be at the new ground. It's going to be their first games at this new stadium, the community stadium. So yeah, keep an eye out for that when that's happening in real life. And as I mentioned, over the next couple of summers, assuming that we don't get fired and that we don't run away, I feel like this is at least a couple of seasons of project at Boston, we will slowly but surely see new stands appear. So that'll be very exciting to keep an eye on. After about 6 games, this will have stopped distracting me, but the novelty's still there. Burrow, Preston, back to Burrow. Give Preston the ball and hope he can get a goal for us. Farsley Celtic are bottom, so this is a game that we should absolutely dominate. They've got 12 points, and they're just not very good. I mean, we're not great, but come on, this is a game that after that last win, we should be going into with confidence sky high. We got a difficult away win. It was our fourth win of the season? That's shocking, isn't it? We're in February now. 4th win of the season in the league. Let's get another here. Let's get 2 on the bounce. Preston, what can you do, son? He's dived there. The ref's given it. I'm not sure about it, but I'm not going to complain. Who's on the... Rollins is on it. Actually, Rollins was our best penalty taker. Giving him the start today. Can he score? Rollins, you absolute imbecile. You absolute wazzock. Who had it on the bingo? Wazzock. How many episodes did anyone have that on their bingo card? You are Rollins. What if they now score? If they now score, just stop it, Football Manager. I can only take 1 bit of heartbreak per minute. If they'd gone up the other end and scored there, I would have lost it. I'm going to be honest. Byram now to whipping the ball for them from the corner. Platt heads it away. Oh, there's one time where Preston does something and then the guy on the other wing lets him down. And now Preston is just giving away a foul. Oh dear. It was going so well for about 30 minutes. I mean, looking at the stats, right, it's all great. Our XG is really high because of a missed penalty. It's been a game that hasn't really had a whole host of chances. Oh, whenever you see a missed penalty on this chart, it just feels really sad, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to get shouty. Do I throw a water bottle? I think I do. I think I do throw a water bottle. And you know what? Preston and Rollins, I've got faith in you to they're demotivated. Their heads have gone. Maybe I shouldn't have started Preston. Maybe Rollins shouldn't have come in. May do a double change in the wide area in the very, very near future. You know what? I'm doing it now. Hawkridge, go on for Rollins. Preston, off you come for Jordan Foulis, who's a player whose name we've not uttered before. He is a striker who can play out on the right-hand side. I'm going to be honest, he lacks in a lot of areas, but he's really blooming quick and agile. He can dribble, and he's got a good work rate. So just give him the ball and let him run at the opposition. They've scored. They've scored while I'm making subs. What happened, lads? I've looked away for 2 seconds and Ellis has scored. Oh dear. Well, let's see if the new players in the wide area can help us out, but this is not good. I'm going to try and encourage the entire team. I want to be a motivator. Right, can we build out from the back? Let's stick to our footballing philosophies. Tootle, forward to Burrow, who just doesn't get there at all, does he? Ellis, now with Byram. Smith-Brown, the left back. Don't let... They're on 12 points. If I don't win this, or not winning this isn't the end of the world. If we don't draw this, then it's a disaster. Kelly, big ball forward. Oh no, Carvalho with it. Don't let him square it through. Don't let him play that through ball. He's hit it. That's fine. That is fine. Let's go a little more direct here. Less of this working into... Make it less pretty. We've not created enough in this game. Nowhere near enough. Going to demand more from the players. Can we get something? Come on, lads. 10 minutes left. We're only a goal down. They are rubbish. Let's be less rubbish than them. Of the 2 games, the Alfredton one looked like the harder one on paper. So after we won that, I was feeling good. Oh, Foulis. Ah, there you go. He can dribble and he can run. Can't shoot. No long shots. All right, Platt should come off for Hobson McVeigh. I am okay with that change. There's no time. Go very attacking. Go very. I've not clicked. Very attacking. Well done, Jack. You did it with 10 seconds left. Farsley win. How have we not won that? That penalty miss. That blooming penalty miss. Oh, I think I'm far from pleased. Thrash the arms. Thrash the blooming arms. I mean, the win against Alfreton does help us out massively. I mean, we are still 6 points above the drop, although Bradford have a game in hand and Farsley have a game in hand as well. Oh, let's hope that that's a blip. I mean, if we score the penalty, I feel like that's a very different game. They didn't create a lot. Their XG was super low, but we kind of let ourselves down there, I feel like. 1-0 defeat. We've lost a 7-game unbeaten run at home that I didn't know existed. Maybe we're regressing under me. I guess there was all those draws before I took charge, where results had gone the team's way. What's that win against Alfreton, the first away win? Is that a silver lining we can take today? No, they actually beat Farsley away from home and Gateshead away from home. Farsley, who we lost today, by the way, beat them 2-0. Although Connor DeMaio was available for that game. Of course, he's one of our star centre mids, so him being injured does weaken us a lot. I'm looking for excuses. It's not a good result. There's no way of hiding it. It's a little bit of a disaster. But as I said, hopefully just a blip. In terms of when we're going to be back, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of feeling like I'm a bit in an alien landscape right now, and I need to kind of get my feet under the table a little more and learn the squad better, you know, get a few games under my belt. So in terms of when we'll be back, just looking through these games, I might come back for the game against Bradford PA at the end of March. They are a team that are just in the relegation zone. They're a team who are potentially going to be closing the gap on us. It could be a very, very big game. At the very least, it's a game that I expect us to win, and should we string together a few wins in here, it might be the game that kind of really reaffirms in my mind we're going to be safe. I mean, we've got a little bit of breathing room still, but there is a risk that in the next kind of month or so, it could shrink. And well, to find out if it is going to shrink, you'll have to tune in tomorrow, I suppose, because that is going to do us here today. Not a great episode, I guess, on the balance. It was good to get a win. That second result, though, is absolutely shocking. There's no hiding it whatsoever. Lots of work still to be done. Hopefully, I can make it happen over the next month or so. I will see you guys at the end of March. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.